everybody, my name is Jessie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I unbox subscription boxes and more. Today I have another matter box for you. You guys know how excited I get with these. You guys know that this is a monthly box packed with scientific artifacts and tools, and it's a bunch of learning, it's a bunch of fun, it's a bunch of me geeking out and getting all sciencey. So if you guys want to see that, which I know a lot of you do, please stay tuned. Alright, so I am a bit behind with these, but it really doesn't matter. This was April's box. They're not really themed or anything, but just for reference, this was April's box. It comes with our usual information cards and items, and it looks like we've got a cutout item here. That's a big spoiler, but that's quite fine. I'm actually excited by the very first item on the top of the card. So let's take a look at this. This first item might be the most exciting thing I've ever gotten in any box to date. Granted, I'm filming this on August 25th. I don't know when I'll be putting it up. I just got the urge to film a matter box, but it's a Stromatolite. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm scared to take this out of its container. Can you guys see the striations? Let's see. Can I see if it's, yeah. You can see the striations. Hey, my camera is focusing wonderfully today. Thank you, camera. So why am I excited about this, guys? Does anybody know? I bet I know one person that knows. This fossil is easily the oldest fossil that we, being matter, that the box has ever featured. Oldest fossil ever featured. It's 3 billion years old, folks. 3 billion years old. I'm so excited. Alright, this small dark rock is a stromatolite, a sedimentary rock consisting of layer upon layer of oxygen-producing microorganisms. These single-celled microbes were so simple that they lacked a DNA packaging nucleus, but were responsible for possibly the most drastic changes the Earth has undergone. By producing oxygen as a waste product, they were the only major source of atmospheric oxygen at the time, and therefore critical for the development of more complex life. Holy moly, you guys. This makes me want to research this like crazy. I mean, crazy research. I mean, so it was the only thing producing oxygen as a waste product at the time. I mean, so this was what, pre-trees? This was pre so much. Okay, wow. Interesting properties. Some stromatolites date back to an astounding 3.4 billion years, making them the oldest record of life on planet Earth. So yes, pre-trees, pre-everything. When these microbes lived, Earth's atmosphere had no oxygen. The ocean was... Oh, here's a new word I have never heard of. Eugenic, which is basically a meaning void of oxygen and rich in hydrogen sulfide, H2S, for you chemistry buffs out there, like I used to be, and still kind of am, trying to learn. But here's that new word that I've learned. Eugenic. E-U-X-I-N-I-C. There's a vocabulary word of the day, folks. Uses. These microbes oxygenated Earth and made it habitable for life as we know it. Add this artifact to your fossil collection. Yes, please. I will. Fascinating stuff. Wow. I'm gonna... Should I? I don't even know if I should handle it. I mean, we would have said not to handle it, right? Like... Okay, I'm gonna see if I can open it. I'll be brave. Alright guys, this is the most pretty fossil I've owned. Probably the most amazing looking fossil so far. Again, like I said, I'm filming on August 25th. Look at the gold banded striations in this thing, and it's actually not super delicate, which is really good. But it's very, very lightweight. I know my filming light's dying. I was trying to record 2 boxes in a row tonight, guys. I'm not sure about this filming light. I might have to take a break and try to recharge it real quick. Look how amazingly cool this is. It's so pretty, and the fact that it's possibly potential for forming life on Earth, I mean, it's out of this world. It really, I mean, it's not, but it's astonishingly mind-blowing. Wow. And it shimmers too when you move it. Wow, 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 wow. Very cool. Alright, I charged my filming light 10 minutes. We'll see if that did the trick. So I just wanted to show you guys the Stromatolite in better light, just so you guys could see the sparkle, the shimmer. I did some quick reading on them while I was charging my light. So basically the prime organism, my microbe in there was cyanobacteria, and I wish the card had just said that, but I realize not everyone is familiar with cyanobacteria like I am. But it's super cool. Most of these were dated in like the Precambrian era. They really peaked then, and only got to be about 20% of them were around in the Cambrian area. So I mean, I can't believe that this specimen is 3 billion years old, you all. Oh my goodness, and it's so pretty. And it's just I highly recommend, if you guys are interested at all, that you Google this or do some research, because it's just fascinating stuff to learn about. Alright, next, for all of you crystal lovers out there, including myself, we have a jar of Olivine Crystals. I've never heard of Olivine Crystals before. They're basically a bunch of shards here. Green color. Nice green color, really. This makes me want to look for them on a crystal shop, but it might be very rare, so let's find out what the card has to say. Olivine is how my Google Assistant told me to pronounce it, so I'm going with that. It is a mineral, of course, and for all you chemistry buffs up there, you might want to look at that. And then it's basically MgFe, so that's what, magnesium and iron. Si, I believe, is what, silicone, and then O4, oh boy, tetraoxide. Oh, don't quote me, really don't quote me. I'll correct myself. Basically, it's it's the mineral makeup of Olivine. If I have anything to add, I'll write that one in the description box. I think I just dug myself into a hole by trying to remember chemistry. Let's see, and with my luck, it'll be right in the description. So these green crystals are Olivine. If you were to choose a representative mineral for Earth, this would be a good choice, since Olivine is the most abundant mineral in Earth's mantle. So cool, I didn't know that. Over 50% of the planet's subsurface mineral makeup is Olivine. In fact, based on the ability to contain water, it is estimated that more water may be dissolved in Olivine of the mantle than is contained in Earth's oceans. Wow. So because Olivine contains water, it is estimated that more water may be dissolved in Olivine of the mantle than is contained in all of Earth's oceans. And you know how much of our Earth is made up of oceans. That is incredible. Interesting properties. Olivine has been discovered in meteorites. The Apollo 15 crew collected samples from the moon. Curiosity has found, that was another spacecraft, Curiosity. By now I've done enough space unboxings, you guys might know that. Curiosity has found Olivine while analyzing Martian soil. That's where we heard it. We heard it in the Space and Beyond box with the Mars globe. Holy moly! So okay, it's been found on Mars. Wow. And it has been found on the asteroid Itokawa. Itokawa. I lost my ability to point to it. In the tails of comets, and in disks surrounding distant stars. Did that just blow anybody else away, or was that just me? I mean, how have I never heard of Olivine before? After just reading all of that, there's just so much in this world to learn. It's unbelievable. Despite its abundance within Earth, it weathers quickly on the surface, converting to the reddish mineral itting site. Iddingsite, Idding site. The presence of Idding site on Mars may be evidence that there was once liquid water. Holy moly. So I want to go back to the Space and Beyond box now and read that Mars article in the magazine and see if it says anything about olivine, right? Anyway, uses. Sorry, I got distracted here. Gem quality olivine is called peridot, Peridot, or might be peridot. I'm going with peridot. Olivine is a promising resource to help fight climate change with its natural ability to sequester carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. And I'm sorry if I just got louder there and you had to put your volume down, but whoa, hello, are scientists studying this? I have so much research I want to do right now. Olivine is a promising resource to help fight climate change with its natural ability to sequester CO2. I mean, come on now. I mean, obviously we know trees do the same thing, but wow, it's so abundant and it can sequester CO2. Now, obviously, how much would these little gems, these shards, how much CO2 would they sequester? I don't know. I'm sure scientists have looked into this. This is just all fascinating to me. Add this mineral to your geology collection. I most definitely will. So freaking cool tonight, huh? This is an awesome box so far. Alright, so it didn't say not to hold them. So here's what they look like more up close. Sorry, I really can't see if that's in focus, but they're really, they're typical stone feeling. They're really, 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 really neat. I'm excited to have some of my own for my collection here. Alright, so the next item is another stone. It's called an Anhydrate, and it's in its raw form here. It's got some very nice bluish gray color. I think it looks more blue on the camera than it is. It's kind of like a dark, steel gray? Lighter than steel gray. It's definitely got some leaving some chalky residue on my hand, especially this outer part here. It's really, really, really neat looking. So let's read about that. Anhydrate. Calcium CaSO4. Yeah, we're just gonna go with that. Sulfur, whatever that O4 is, that has been the element of the mineral of the element of the night. Oxygen 4 tetraoxide, maybe. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm going off track. This blue stone is anhydrate. It is formed in sedimentary basins where large amounts of seawater have evaporated. It forms itself in layered deposits that can be hundreds of feet thick that usually contain halite, gypsum, and limestone. It presents itself usually as a white or pale blue, glassy surface with a pearly luster. Perfect anhydrate crystals are rare. Okay. Wow. Interesting properties. The name anhydrate comes from the Greek word for without water, but when hydrated, it converts to gypsum, gypsum, and they give the chemical formula for gypsum. In case anybody's out there loving chemistry right now, this is your box. Chemistry, minerals, geology. This is an awesome box. I love it. I'm just trying to conserve my light because I think it's going again. If the gypsum is heated up to around 200 degrees Celsius, which is 400 degrees Fahrenheit, it will release the water previously absorbed and convert back to anhydrate. I love chemistry. Chemistry rocks, right? This variety of anhydrate is called angelite. Angelite? We'll go with, it's angelite, and it's specific to Lima, Peru. Awesome. Anhydrate is 3.5 on the Mohs hardness scale, similar to a copper penny. And if you remember that Mohs hardness scale, I think we talked about another rock from another matter unboxing that had a much higher value on the Mohs hardness scale than this one. currently not remembering what that rock's name was, but I will insert cards for both of my other matter unboxings at the end of this unboxing video, because if you haven't seen them and you like this kind of thing, or you like me and my enthusiasm and my nerdiness about it, highly recommend you check out those other 2 videos of matter from my channel. So I'll put them in cards at the end. Super, super cool. Uses. Anhydrate's hydrating property is key to the manufacturing of plaster of Paris and cement. Add anhydrate to your geology collection. That's super cool. I did not realize that it was used in making cement and plaster of Paris. Sorry, I couldn't remember the plaster and what it was named. That is really, really awesome. Alright, so this next item is Baobab Seeds. There's just 2 of them in here. The lid is very shaky. But there you go. They're just these big brown seeds in this jar. Baobab Seeds. And they, of course, have a botanical name because they are seeds. So there's your botanical name. Botanical name. What did it say? Bandanical? Wow, that's a word. Not. So the biological name is Adansonia digitata. This African baobab is one of the largest trees to ever exist. Okay, it is recognizable by its unusually massive trunk. It is native to Madagascar, Australia, and Africa, where it survives by storing water in its trunk, which can grow to be 10 to 14 meters, or 33 to 46 feet in diameter. Wow. In recent years, the baobab has been dying due to climate change, creating droughts in its already arid environment, which leave the tree without any water to store. Oh, that's really sad. Interesting properties. The baobab trunk can hold 120,000 liters or 32,000 gallons of water. Wow. Hollowed baobab trunks can be so large that they have been used as schools, prisons, a bus shelter, pubs, and homes. Whoa. The oldest known baobab lived for 2,419 years. Can you imagine a tree that is 2,419 years old? The baobab is one of the largest tree species in the world in terms of trunk, limb, and crown size. So largest meaning not necessarily the tallest, but when you think of trunk, limb, and crown size. Baobabs have been called the most useful tree in the world. Their fruit, flowers, water, and bark are useful to many creatures. Look up to the There's a typo here. I'm sorry. It should say look up the best growing conditions. It says to instead of the. Look up the best growing conditions for your area and plan ahead to be sure that you have a lot of space to grow. Yeah, I'm not sure if my apartment complex would appreciate a baobab tree being planted in this area. Here's what the baobab seed looks like up close. Baobab seeds. It would be really fun to plant a tree, but if this wasn't their natural habitat, then it would be irresponsible environmentally to do so. Those are super cool looking. It's a really lightweight seed. It's really interesting. Got an interesting texture to it as well. Alright, so in case you didn't think this box could get more explosively fun, watch out. Because we have nuclear grade zirconium. In this tin right here, nuclear grade zirconium. And I'll of course take it out because why not handle dangerous things, right? Why not? I'm going to turn my light off while I read. Zirconium is an element with valuable properties. Don't dismiss this element as cheap due to its economical popularity in cubic zirconia, ZrO2. Pure ZR, here's so chemistry buffs. You got the zirconium that's in the jewelry, the cubic zirconia. It has a different chemical formula than just the element Zr, which you guys know there's a symbol for zirconium. Pure zirconium is a metal and one of the most heat and corrosion resistant elements. Zirconium metal usually contains some hafnium, HF, which is problematic for nuclear reactors. So only the purest zirconium, greater than 95% zirconium and less than 1/100% of hafnium, is considered nuclear grade, such as this piece of non-radioactive fuel cladding. So that's the bottom of the first paragraph, if anybody wants to pause there and read all that. That was quite a lot to take in, but very interesting. A cool test for me in my chemistry and members as well. Interesting properties. Zirconium is not found in metallic form in nature, but is commonly refined from the mineral zircon. I'm going to go with zirconium silicon tetraoxide, ZrSiO4. Again, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. I really don't want to go looking all this up at the end, but you know me, I might. Zirconium reacts with water at high temperatures, a property which exacerbated, I can never say that word, I'm sorry, the meltdown at 3 Mile Island. I'm not sure what historical event they were talking about, but I'm sure some of you have heard about the meltdown at 3 Mile Island. Something else to look up, right? There are about 250 milligrams of zirconium in the average human body. Whoa, I didn't know that. That's really cool. Uses. Zirconium foil was used in disposable photography flash bulbs due to its ability to burn a very bright white. Zirconium is used in nuclear reactors as the cladling that separates the fission fuel from the coolant. Add this rare sample to your element collection. So cool, you guys. Nuclear grade zirconium, here we come. Alright, so it's got really like a ridge type texture, but it's basically just like a silver tube. I mean, I can see it's hollow on the inside and just a little tube. But it's super crazy cool. Just want you guys to be able to see that up close and personal. So for those of you who've been wondering what this last item is, I've been holding out the whole time in case you didn't know. But this is a battery tester. It's really cool, actually. My parents used to have one of these, not nearly this sophisticated when I was growing up. But we used it to test batteries to see what their lives were all the time. And ours was actually a refrigerator magnet. This is clearly more sophisticated than that. So let's read about it. It's a universal battery tester. No more swapping batteries in your remote trying to find a working combination. This device will test any household battery, whether cylindrical, 9-volt, or even button cell batteries like those in watches. Oh, that's cool. I know the old one I had could do 9 volts and cylindrical, but I don't think those round ones. Anyway, unlike some testing tools that just read the resting current, this tool actually simulates a 4 ohm load on the battery. It is not much resistance, but it is enough to gauge the working amperage available while in use. Oh, this is bringing me back to physics. I love it. Just touch the end of the battery to the contacts. Of course, green means good, red means the battery should be replaced. Yeah, the one we had at home was like a stoplight. Yellow was like, you might be able to get more juice, but you'll need to replace it soon kind of thing. Interesting properties. Works like a simple ammeter calibrated specifically for household batteries. Single-use batteries made since 1996 can be disposed of normal household trash in most places. Rechargeable batteries should be properly recycled. There are many places to properly dispose of these batteries, including many electronics store locations. Uses. Test. This is pretty obvious, but test all of the batteries in your junk drawer, including rechargeable batteries, and it's considered a tool. So I, of course, if anybody was noticing, I was wondering, somewhere over here, I pulled out a battery. This is a AAA. This is what I had on me at the time. And I am just realizing this is going to be very difficult for me to do with one hand, but let's see if I can do it. Alright, so when I put this battery in, it actually holds it for me, which is very, very nice, and you can see that it's in the good range. So that's great for the news for my Roku remote control. It's approaching low though, so it's gonna need some replacing at some point. But I'd love for you guys to see. Let me readjust and see, because it's kind of fun to watch the meter. I'm such a geek, I know, to watch the meter go up and down. We'll title this next segment, When Jess Tries to Do the Impossible. Sorry that the camera is slanted. This is the best I could do to use both hands and get you guys to see the meter at the same time. No battery. Battery. Super cool. Let's see if I can find one more battery to play with while we're at it here. But I think all I have around here are AAA. Alright, I grabbed another battery from my essential oil diffuser remote. Also AAA. I'm sorry I don't have any 9 volts on hand. I don't even know if I own a 9 volt. Oh, and that one's newer. Awesome. Can you guys see that? Oh, I'm not sure if that's focusing. You can see that it's in the good range, and then it's at a higher charge than the battery in the Roku remote, and as it should be, because this diffuser is much newer. But you guys get the idea. I'm sorry that I'm fascinated by a battery tester. Alright, you guys, so what do you think of this matter box? What do you think of it in comparison to some of the other ones I've gotten? So of course we got the battery tester, which is super cool and super useful. We got the Zirconium, which is out of this world, crazy cool idea. We got the Baobab Seeds. Sorry, Baobab. I'm trying to make the seeds become an explorer of some sort. I was trying to do it by memory. My memory sucks. So we got the Baobab Seeds. Sorry about that. Baobab. There we go. The Anhydrate stone in raw form. The Olivine stones. Lots of minerals in this one. I really liked this one. And of course, the amazing Stromatolite 3 billion old fossil. So what do you guys think? We kind of traveled all over creation today. We went from fossils to rocks and minerals to functional tools. I think this is one of my favorite boxes, if not my favorite, primarily for the Stromatolite. But I mean, also the other, really everything. I just love these boxes, you guys. I've loved the ones with the shark's teeth. I've loved the ones with the other types of fossils. There were clam fossils. You know, there were a whole bunch of amazing things in these boxes, and I think there's, as you guys can tell, it's probably my favorite box to bring to my channel. So thank you guys for hanging out with me while I unbox the April Matter box. And if you like this video or like me, please give it a thumbs up. It'll help out my channel. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Move your notifications to the top selection so that you are notified instantly when I post another cool video just like this one. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Bye.